What is up, everyone? So this is why you don't preemptively call going to an area a bust, because we just found the grand prize of urban exploring. Here in Independence, Missouri, we've got a huge strip mall just sitting here. This is going to be a long live. Can tell you that right now. So this right here was a Toys R Us. And I looked at the historical data on Google Maps. This was a Toys R Us with a Kids R Us sign, and it had the star logo. So this is an awesome find. Like, I mean, the sign has been taken down now, but just to show what it was, I'll say that that's what was up there. Don't know if, like, you can see a faint label scar of where the Kids R Us sign would have been, and the Toys R Us sign would have been up there. So look into the store. This is legit abandoned. Yeah, it's not just a Toys R Us, it's a whole strip mall. Oh, that door came so close to opening right up. But yeah, Slack and Packin', I want to give you a huge thank you for for mentioning this place. Because it's a grand prize, that's for sure. Look, got Toys R Us, and we've got remnants of a Kids R Us sign on the sprinkler connection. Here we've got the color palette of a Toys R Us. It's just sitting here. And if I stick my phone up in there, there's another set of boards. Although, trying to show, I think there is a light. There might be a light on in there, which is really weird. Don't want to be caught here at night, that's for sure. So here's that hometown buffet. And no, it is not wide open, like it might have been at some point. These doors have been tied shut from behind. But here's a look inside. Yeah, it is really sad people have to vandalize stuff. There's really no reason for it. You can see that window's been shot out. It's weird seeing how the shrubbery is all maintained. And, like, there are no stores in this strip mall. Surprised the doors aren't coming right open. But dang, look at that. That's some nasty ceiling decay. Surprised some of these doors aren't coming right open with clearly how much they care. I added my name to that. Maybe I'll put... Maybe I'll put that there too. So you've got Urbex and Coasters, and you've got Willette up there. Yeah, this place is in bad shape. No, I'm not on vacation. I'm actually in the process of moving across the US. And we've got a store here that has literally a shot out window. Dang. Let's see. But I've been in Kansas City the past couple months, and I will be moving to East Sound, Washington. Trying to figure out what this place was. Seeing if the shot out window place, I want more than one entrance and exit, and if there is only one place, I want it to be easily accessible. But yeah, like, I'm a van lifer now. I don't really have a specific place where I'm gonna be living permanently. My thing in East Sound, Washington is that's gonna be from March to June. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be leaving Kansas City in the middle, like, probably around the 20th of February is my plan, and I have to be in Washington by March 4th. But yeah, I'd love to do a meetup at some point, because, like, I mean, I'm sure this isn't the only time where I'm gonna be in an area that another urban explorer is gonna be going to. This looks like it could have been a video store or something. I do see a sign. No, it's not a video store. Let's see. Oh, the Forge Gym. Wow. Would not have expected that. But yeah, this is legit abandoned. And hey, Plush Time TV. Great to have more here. We are in Independence at a completely abandoned strip mall, which features a Toys R Us and many other things. And the Toys R Us, when it was open, it had an actual Kids R Us, and if you watch the live from the beginning, you can see that the Toys R Us, like, we saw the sprinkler sign, and it still said Kids R Us on it. Saying it violates the city's building codes. I understand why. I mean, looking at everything in here. Yeah, it is pretty cool that was just a thing. Seeing that there. Like, I mean, when I was saying that I watched Closed for the Season last night to get in the spirit of abandoned stuff for theme park purposes, with me intending to go to Joyland in a couple weeks, it's like, this might be just the grand prize. Yep, this whole mall is abandoned, and this antique mall, it has power. Like, I mean, seeing just how abandoned everything is here, and then seeing this casually has the lights on in the antique mall, it's just really weird. Got another completely abandoned structure over there. Plush Time TV, you can thank Slack and Packin' for this one, because I was at the Kmart here in Independence, and, well, I just basically made the decision to upload it anyway, even to upload a live anyway, even though it was demolished, and Slack and Packin' recommended a Toys R Us, and that's how I found this place. So we'll walk around the whole building. We've got a whole series, actually, let's do this whole series of buildings. We've got a Blue Roof Burger King. This is a gold mine, this place. Let's do the back here, see if there's say the Toys R Us has any signage still up in the back. This reminds me of the Battle Creek Toys R Us to some extent. Because I know that place got a few YouTube videos. Strangely, you can see that this place still has power. 0.15 kilowatts. It's not using much power, but it's still using something. Can hear that's on. Let's go around to the back of the building. Don't want to be caught here at night, so I am going to be walking pretty fast because we've got a lot to see. This might not be my only time coming out here, just because this is such a grand find. Yeah, the Blue Roof Burger King is abandoned. But yes, you can definitely see what stuff was on Google Maps, because like when I got here, I checked to see when the Toys R Us closed, because I was like, hey, I was suspecting that closed before the company, seeing the condition of the property here. And nope, the Toys R Us closed with the company. And that kind of surprised me. But yeah, if you're in Independence for urban exploring, this place is a must. Got a Catherine's plus size here. This reminds me of Sydney Kmart in New York. The one that closed in the 90s, not the more modern one. The Kmart here in Independence was demolished. Here's a Walgreens cart. And look at this. Oh. Get away from there. There was someone in there. Someone's in there. You don't mean any harm, but if someone's in there, we don't want to disturb them. That's for sure. Here's the Toys R Us. Hello? I think I heard someone in there. You gotta look inside the Toys R Us, but I mean, I'm playing with fire being out here. I suspect that was the Toys R Us pickup sign. And like, I mean, I'd go into these places if I wasn't alone, but you know, since I am here alone, it's like when I hear that people are in there, it's like I don't want to ruffle any feathers, if that makes sense. Because, like, I mean, you know, when you're in the position of, I'm applying for work every few months for a free housing contract, that's not a situation where you want to be dealing with that sort of thing. But I mean, we saw some of the lights inside the Toys R Us. They're still in there. The Toys R Us is fairly untouched. But like, I mean, if there are people in there, it's like I don't want to be caught in a building that people are inside of with just one way in and one way out. I'm not a snitch, but I'm also not gonna be the one that gets caught in between them and their scrapping, if that's what they're doing, because they might see it as someone impeding on their territory. Wouldn't be surprised if I find another explorer out here, though. If I did, then I would say, hey, let's go inside some of these buildings. I know some people who might be willing, if they're not doing it alone, that I'll talk to. See if they're interested. I might come back at a later date. But let's take a look at the movie theater. That's part of the same plaza. Yeah, I'm doing what I can to stay safe, not letting myself get stuck here at night. That's for sure. But yeah, thanks for recommending this, Slackin' Packin', because this is an awesome find for urbexing, and I would not have wanted to visit the Kansas City metro area without exploring this place. Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, my live streams don't normally get this kind of viewership, but this is the kind of find that justifies it. And again, thank you, Slackin' Packin', for recommending this, because this saved my drive to Independence. Because, I mean, the main reason I came out here was for, like, I see a guy over there. I wonder Wonder if he's into the exploring stuff. Let's take a look inside the movie theater. Cinema 6. Gutted. You're not on camera. Are you an urban explorer or? I just thought I'd ask, because I'd be like, there's some awesome exploring out here. That makes sense. No, he's not. But yeah, this movie theater is gutted. It's in horrible shape. This whole complex, like, I mean, I get the sense that this also had stuff other than the movie theater. Cinema 6 sign is still up. This also kind of reminds me of that Binghamton Kmart. I think Jamestown Mall is probably too far east for me to want to go back that far. Look at the deadbolt on that. You can tell for Mr. Carworth appraisal centers that people have tried to get in there. Like, I mean, you can see how bad of a condition this whole thing is in. This is a film processing place. Look at this. That's where you would get your that's where you would get your negatives printed. Amazing. Got a sales floor in there, presumably. Wonder if this was anything, that black paint job. Something lace. Laser store, family advent. Huh. Very weird. Oh, it's locked down there. And the windows there are blacked out. I'm guessing that one closed when they were still trying to lease this place and hadn't just condemned it outright. Still got post office stuff here. Wonder if they tell the mailman he has to collect. That would be funny to be a post worker and be like, oh yeah, go back to that abandoned building and collect. Got an old hot tub here. $11 viewers. This is an awesome spot. And look at this, we've got a consignment store and you still have leasing signs in here. So this was probably where they stored them when they were still trying to lease these spaces before they were condemned. That was one of the spaces that was probably maintained, and they've just put them in here because, like, this building is probably the most renovatable. Wonder what happened to this place. Look, you've got signs here. You got a music store here, because I see bass clef. And we've got one more store we're gonna look at before we start looping back around to those buildings over there. According to my Google Maps, there is one Cricket store that is open in this general plaza. Gordman's. We've got a Gordman's here. This was one of the anchors. And this building is definitely in better condition than some of the others. You can see the lights are on in there. This definitely has power. So even if one of these doors came open, knowing what we heard at some of the abandoned parts of it. I might be hesitant to go in there. I'll check. I see the Steak and Shake. I'm gonna go check that out. You can see the sign for the Gordmans. Half-price store. That's like, even in the most open parts of most not abandoned parts of this, it's like they have the wrong store names. So let's check out the Steak and Shake. I see they still do have one leasing sign. I thought that Gordman's was a J.C. Penney for a second, not gonna lie. Noland Fashion Square is the name of this center that we've been exploring. Let's go check out the Steak and Shake. Don't do what I do as far as traffic goes. I'm being an idiot. Getting in the middle of the road to make it so that, hey, I can have my opportunity to cross the street. And we're gonna go. Yeah, I know it's not the best idea, but we've got a few more abandoned places to look at in this center. So we've got the Steak and Shake here. This is technically not in the Noland Fashion Square. You can see we have a building here that isn't abandoned across the street. It's like, what the heck? They reversed on one? This Steak and Shake is boarded up good. We do have one place where we'll be able to see inside through the greenhouse, though. Still not a ton we can see. I know jaywalking isn't the best idea, but here we actually get a pretty good look inside the greenhouse here. Yeah, Steak and Shake had some good stuff. I mean, I'm saying that even as a vegetarian. Something that, and look, this area is so dead. We have Dollar General as a store closing. What does that tell you about this area? Although then again, we had the Dollar General close in that closed in Mount Lebanon, and that wasn't a sign of it being a bad area. And holy crap, that doorbell still lights up. I didn't hear the doorbell ring. Imagine someone just comes out and is like, what do you want? And I'm like, to see the inside. I'm an explorer. Clearly a Steak and Shake. With that, this is an old school Steak and Shake. Like, wouldn't be surprised if this dated back to the early days of the company. When, like, and this was one of their original locations. And, I mean, this one might have closed as a location needed to be upgraded. Not as a, hey, we're getting rid of stores. But yeah, this is fully abandoned. There's the Dollar General down there. I might go take a look at the Dollar General after we go back to the car. But like, I mean, it's weird that they've got a warehouse here. You've still got some signage from Steak and Shake. That the signage is punched out, but